Hey, what's up guys? Justin with California Grenadiers here again. Trying to do a little follow-up video here after coming back from Overland Expo West in Arizona. We're based in Southern California, so it was a bit of a trek, about a 7-hour drive. I think it was about 1,000 miles round trip through mostly desert, uphill grades, headwinds, things like that. So we got a fair amount of road miles on these shocks, a little bit of trail miles. Went down a little pole line when we were down in Arizona, but wanted to kind of give a little review of how they felt in comparison to factory shocks and the iBox shocks. So these are the rears, as you can see. I guess we can kind of talk about install and looks first. I mean, the install is pretty straightforward. The rear, it has the bottom bolts down there and right there, and then up top there's like a clevis with a mount. So you have to pull the clevis down. It's like a pin clevis. It has 2 bolts that come up through the frame like that, or the perch, and bolts down, and then it has a sideways bolt mount that you then have to unbolt. So that takes a little bit more effort than the front. Not a huge amount, it's just 2 more bolts, but you do have to be able to get in there. Kind of talk about that. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to those, actually. So what I went ahead and did was I clearanced this fender liner. Before, it was like all the way down to here, and you had to like push this out of the way to even be able to get to that. So that was kind of annoying, and ran into some difficulty there. So I just took a Dremel and cut that off. I could probably clean that up a little bit better, but it's just a fender liner. But you can see these 2 bolts here. There's one here, one in the back over there. Those have to come out before you can unbolt this and pull that shock. So got those in relatively quickly. I think it took about an hour to do all 4. And that was like leisurely, just kind of taking my time. But as you can see, I mean, even just looking from it out here, it's just massively bigger than the factory shock and the iBox shock. Don't get me wrong, the iBox shocks work great. Not bashing them at all or anything. They do a good job, but I do think they are a little bit undersized for the rig. I mean, this is a 6,000 pound vehicle. So, I did hear that they may be making a 2.5 inch series, and that of course would drive the price up. And, if it's not rebuildable, that may not be worth it. And, there's other rebuildable options out there. If you start to approach a $500, $600 shock, then there's, the option of the Fox, King, Radflow. I'm sure Bilstein has something in the works. There's the new Ohlins that are kind of in the works now. And I believe Buzz Overland is working on bringing those cool, I think they're R53 shocks from the Dakar world over. Those things are pretty bitchin'. Those are super light, but as you can imagine, they're probably going to be expensive because those are race shocks. And then there's like the Nimbus also, which is an oleo pneumatic. Those are cool. ORI struts might be a potential. It's just a matter of making things work. But for the price and the bang for the buck, I think these Raids, Koni Raids, are just like absolutely the perfect size, perfect amount of compression and rebound out of the box for a factory rig, I'm sure. A really easy install, fits the ethos of the car. It's a Euro shock, so it's pretty cool. The red color kind of pops. It's pretty traditional for Koni stuff. But yeah, the install, very easy. You can see how it looks and everything. The positioning of these shocks, let's see if I can get a better look for you. Let's see. So you'll see that the bottom eye is offset towards the back, so the shock body sticks out. They did that on purpose to clear the shock mount. As you can see, it pushes the shock body out. So when you guys install these, make sure you're mindful of that. Don't put it the other way, because you know, as things kind of flex and articulate, then that shock body is going to rub that shock mount, potentially crack the welds off. You might lose a shock or scratch the body, dent the body, cause a leak, you know. So be mindful that you're installing those correctly. They clearanced them specifically for that reason. But look at how thick that eye is, that shock mount, that bottom shock mount, the bushings, how they sit in there. Just super beefy, super tough, very strong. The shock body, the shroud, the dust shroud, if you will, is also metal. So super strong shocks, you know, not too flashy, but flashy if you know what you're looking at. So it's pretty cool. Adds a little pop of color when you're looking from the rear. Kind of goes well. It goes especially well with my rig with the Rotopacks, the red, kind of plays off of each other. We can take a look at the front here. Trying to see them there. In the front, they really stand out. It's a big, beefy shock. Fills in that shock perch really well. The front's easier. It's just that top bolt and the bottom bolt. It's like a